Hello, and welcome back to some Satisfactory here. It is December of 2024, which means it's FICSMAS, and it's time for us to get that started. I am in my long-term base here, where basically we have unlocked everything and we're ready to start work on the last stage of the space elevator. So now's a good time to take a break from that and work on FICSMAS.
Welcome to FICSMAS, an official Fix-It seasonal event, brought to you by official Fix-It Fun engineers. FICSMAS is based on a seasonal holiday popular in several cultures and religions, often seen as a winter holiday because no one actually cares about Australasia. The event is vetted to be 100% pioneer-appropriate fun and is not obligatory. FICSMAS enables many new distracting activities focused on building the giant FICSMAS tree. These activities involve the MAM, the FICSMAS calendar, and those abominations falling from the sky. There is more, but I don't care. In the interest of us all, I will tell you that FICSMAS has caused stress, lack of focus, general despair, and physical injury to many pioneers. It is the worst scoring event ever created by Fix-It, and has gotten backlash for its blatant cultural inappropriateness. So when you inevitably change your mind and decide to disable this event, you will have chosen humanity and kittens and puppies, you will have chosen truth and empathy, you will have made me proud.
And Ada doesn't like FICSMAS. Ooh. So normally when I start a save on my own, I will disable the seasonal events because I don't like them getting in the way of my nice juicy factory building. But we are at a good stage here. And as it turns out, when you do a game in a dedicated server, you have to do something very different to disable FICSMAS, which I didn't do. Oh, the awesome shop's got all sorts of new badging on it. Let's see, what has it got here? Fix-It Specials. This looks mostly just like the normal stuff we have. I don't see anything new in here. Yeah, okay. So here's the Advent calendar. So the idea is that hidden on this calendar, there are the numbers from 1 to whatever. And behind each number will be something that we unlock. So we need to find the 1 here. I am going to spend some time looking. Hold on. Okay, I think I found it. If you don't want to see where the numbers are, if you want to hunt them down for yourself, you might want to pause this and skip forward a ways, like right now. Okay, still with me? Fine. If you don't like to be spoiled, it's on you. I think it's right there. Yep.
This data cartridge contains the FICSMAS MAM tree setup and will need to be fed into the MAM database to unlock its first 2 branches. If this seems convoluted and/or boring, and you wish to quit the event, I will understand.
Okay. So I'm going to put up the black screen again so that our people skipping forward will be able to rejoin us here. End of spoiler. And there we go. So I now have the thingy, and we need to put it in the MAM. We got this new FICSMAS holiday event down at the bottom. And this unlocks the FICSMAS tree base.
The purpose of FICSMAS is to build and decorate a giant FICSMAS tree with style. The FICSMAS category has been added to your build menu. Gifts are the basic resource from which many other festive parts are made. like FICSMAS branches, which can be crafted in the constructor. In an effort to make this event meet the bare minimum efficiency quotas, I have disabled the ability to craft these resources by hand. Trust me, that glitter got everywhere. You're welcome.
Okay, so what can we do now? We've unlocked this at the top. We can unlock candy cane bashers, which require 50, was it tree branches? FICSMAS tree branches. The main line is going to require another unlock from the advent calendar and candy canes and bows. So this unlocks candy canes, and this guy on the right uses candy canes to unlock the bows. Okay. So we really do need to work on the candy cane basher next. That's going to require 50 FICSMAS tree branches. Let's see. What do we do to get Christmas tree branches? She said in the constructor, right? I'm going to take down all of the test stuff that I was doing here. Is this guy still doing things? He's turned off. I think everything's basically turned off because I was ready to go on with something else in the future. You are still set up to do dark matter crystals. And you're idle because you're not getting any residue in. Okay. So this guy would be sending out residue to turn into dark matter crystals, which would be going in here. It has been a while since I've played, actually. I kind of burned myself out setting up the plans for the next thing here. So all of these are empty. Everything's shut down. So I'm going to leave these bits because that was kind of weird to work out. Let's just kill off this stuff. So this guy was hooked up, so we're going to leave him. I have literally forgotten what it was I was building, and since I got rid of the recipe from him, so he was creating the photonic matter for something. So photonic matter in and I had boxes of stuff. Okay, well, whatever. We're going to leave this alone. I need some place to put a Christmas grotto because we're going to start building automation for FICSMAS. I want to put it out of the way because once I get back to regular play, this is going to be kind of irritating. Is there a big area back behind the waterfall? That'd be kind of cool. Ooh. A Summer's Loop I hadn't picked up yet. Cool. Nope, there's no big area behind the waterfall here. And I need to start grabbing these presents because that's the raw materials everything is made from. I remember that.
Congratulations, you have found your first FICSMAS gift package, which is, naturally, full of gifts, the basic part necessary for most FICSMAS seasonal event activities. Don't forget to check the calendar or the MAM to see what you can do with these gifts. Or do forget, I don't care.
Okay, so all these gifts, these have significant numbers of little pieces of raw material in them, and they're dropping them all over the place. Oh, and with this area powered down, I can't use my jetpack on them very well. So this is one reason why I tend to turn off the holiday stuff when I'm building factories, because it really is distracting. So where do I want to put my FICSMAS grotto? Well, I could head over towards the starting area in the forest. That'd actually be fairly nice. Let's see if I can remember where it was. We've got the desert area here on the left, and I think it's these cliffs up here for the northern area, so it'd be kind of in here somewhere. Let's go see if I can find it. Why is it not dropping a map marker for me? Okay, I'm going to pause the recording while I go find the starting area for the northern forest, which is kind of out of the way and all tree, and it'd be a nice place to put my little FICSMAS grotto. So I'll be back in a moment. Okay, and here we are. So I have located the grotto where I want it to be. This is the starting area, one of the starting areas when you select the northern forest. A good number of the spots that you could land on. This is the closest iron to it, so nice little valley, lots of forests around here. I'm not even going to put down concrete, at least not yet. We need to make some Christmas tree branches. So this is going to require a constructor. Ada does tell you that you're going to need to do this in a constructor, so here we are. And FICSMAS tree branches takes one FICSMAS gift and turns it into one FICSMAS tree branch, and it does 10 per minute. Just for funsies, I'm going to sloop it. And I'm going to overclock it, 20 per minute, yay. Just because, we're not in a hurry or anything. And I'm going to put 40 of our gifts in like that. So this should do 80 Christmas tree branches. Now, under FICSMAS, we notice we've got a giant FICSMAS tree we can put somewhere. And I need 100 branches to create this. So 20 per minute, that's going to be 5 minutes. So I'm going to pause the recording while we just simply wait for the Christmas tree branches, and I will be back shortly. And the astute among you will have noticed that I forgot to actually turn up the overclocking. So now we're at 50 per minute. That's much better. Back in a moment. And there we go. That took actually about a minute or two. And we should be right on now. I will let this continue. I had to add some more presents, of course. But the tree, oops, where do I want to put it? Let's just put it out here in the middle somewhere. There we go. Nice little FICSMAS tree. No decorations on it. Just a big old honkin' tree. But we have made one. So I need 50 branches to do the FICSMAS tree branch thing. Again, I am going to, I'll just put all the gifts in, and when that gets up to 50, I will pull them back out. I will see you then. Let's pause the recording. And we're back. So that was quick. Now we do have an odd number of branches at this point, because despite the fact that I put the sloop in before doing any of it, the first run of the recipe ran before the sloop actually activated, and I don't understand why that happens. I've tried even shifting between recipes, but still the sloop doesn't activate until you've built one thing. So we'll have to do some fancier dancing when the amount of resources we're using is hypercritical. Anyway, we have our 51 branches. So we can go unlock the candy cane basher. I'm not so much worried about the candy cane basher as unlocking the ability to make candy canes.
Candy canes are used to create several items. In this case, when combined with the Xeno Zapper, you will gain a piece of equipment perfect for use against anyone on my naughty list. Like whoever hard-coded and black-boxed this event.
She really doesn't like FICSMAS, does she? So we can't unlock the Christmas tree upgrade here because it's going to require something that's hidden behind the Advent calendar. We have the candy canes that we can make, and we need to be able to make the bows. We make them over here. And for that, we need 10 candy canes. I'll add that to the to-do list so we know what we're building. I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to select recipe candy canes. That requires gifts. Well, how about that? And we are still slooped and sped up, and we'll just let this go. 25 per minute. We only need 10, so this is going to be really fast. Notice I changed recipes, and the sloop was active on the first one. So maybe we just need to, make something very trivial like an iron plate or something. 8. And there's the 10. So now we can unlock candy cane decor.
FICSMAS bows can be crafted from gifts in the constructor and can be combined with candy canes to make the candy cane decoration. Unfortunately for us both, this is only the first of several decorations, and you have been encouraged to spend your time and effort on these precision-engineered fleeting moments of joy.
Okay, so while we can't unlock this, we will need to have 20 candy canes and 30 bows. So it sounds to me like we have a need for a real production line now. So this guy's making candy canes, and this guy's going to be making bows. And we probably need to continue making the FICSMAS tree branches. These all take gifts. I think it's time to actually put down a real base. So let's do a base. Oh, giant candy cane decorations. Okay, we'll do some candy cane decorations too. Foundations, get some 2-meter foundations out here, and I'm just going to zoop together. This is probably the right level. You know what? I could put a power floor down, and that would be a lot easier than zooping all this stuff across. Yeah. And I would be able to hover over it. So, blueprints. I've started working on some 6x6 stuff, but haven't done a whole lot of them. So let's see, 5x5 slab with power. Oh, before I do that, let's actually put down some foundations here so that we're aligned on the world grid, because it doesn't really matter, but it does matter. So there's our concrete slab, all aligned on the main grid. We're not going to be able to crawl under to connect up power and such, but I can connect it along the sides. Yuck. Let's see, where do I want to connect you to? take you out to here.
Just get back to work.
Okay. So we've got our power floor. I'm going to drop the tree over on a corner here. Let's see, we can put it here. FICSMAS candy canes require 10 candy canes and a bow. Okay. Well, let's get our hub and such now. I'll put a hub nestled over here near the tree, because what could go wrong? We need to have a workshop. I'm assuming we will need the MAM. Just going to kind of string it out along here. And I'm going to put the awesome shop down to see if there's anything that unlocks in the awesome shop. So we've built the tree, and I still don't see much new in the awesome shop. Quick scan here, customizer, no new FICSMAS colors or anything. No special FICSMAS coffee mug. I'm assuming that later on during FICSMAS, eventually we will get special FICSMAS parts coming through. So those are set up. So now we need to start our production lines. I'm going to start off with a box of parts. And no, I'm not going to do an industrial container for this. So we're just going to drop you in there, and you're going to come out and around, and you're going to feed into 3 constructors. Because we have 3 things we can make from the gifts. Let's center it here. I'm going to put this out a little ways to make it easier to see what's going on. Using the straight mode on the conveyor belts to keep them all nice and tidy. You're going to make branches, and you're going to make candy canes, and you're going to make bows. Do we have anything else that's new? Just the... Yeah, I think all of our new stuff is going to be under FICSMAS parts. So for now, all 3 of those are just going to get their own little boxes. And you know what? I think I can go conveyor belt 6s on all of these. I think they look a little better. Absolutely do not need them for the production rates we have for these parts. And all of my FICSMAS gifts go in here. Now all 3 of these need to have power coming in. I didn't leave any way to get at the power on the underside, so we'll just have to wing it. And let's grab sloops out of here. Because I can, because this is such a small factory, I'm going to sloop them and overclock them just to deal with all of the incoming gifts as quickly as possible. And so I don't end up regretting this. Let's make something. I can make screws out of rods for these guys. I don't have any rods in my inventory. It's okay. So we're going to put rods in each one. No, we're not. Going to put a few rods in each one. So we powered up. And these guys should all get cranking, and they should activate their Summers loops, which I forgot to put in. Wow, 200 screws per minute output. Okay, so now I can change the recipe over, FICSMAS branches, and candy canes, and FICSMAS bows. So we have now automated all three of the parts that are available to us right here. Let's go grab some more gifts. These gifts are coming down all around us. Grab some power so our hover pack doesn't stop hovering.
This is ridiculous.
So for now, the only way we have of getting the gifts is by grabbing the ones that are coming down from the sky.
Not worth the effort.
Ada, you're such a Grinch.
This is ridiculous.
So this is the FICSMAS equivalent of the initial hand digging burner, miner, burner, smelter phase of these games.
This is ridiculous.
Fortunately, there are a lot of these gifts.
Not worth the effort.
And that's where I ended up putting my marker when I dropped it on the map.
I'm sure this is useful to someone, somewhere.
I am going to change this. I'm going to remove the marker. Go put down a new map. Oh, I've got my hub here. I don't need a map marker. Right, all I need to do is just have the hub. Okay, some more gifts. We've got some bows, we've got some candy canes. We've got some branches. Now it's interesting that candy canes and bows cost the same to build, and yet when we start placing things, we'll notice that the costs tend to be 10 candy canes per bow. Let's put a few candy canes in here just for fun. I'm not much for decorations. I think that is as far as we can go on day 1 of FICSMAS. So yeah, we have need of a cartridge. So this is going to be day 4. But we'll have to see what comes out of the calendar on day 2 and day 3. Oh, I misread that. I thought that said FICSMAS specials. It says Fix-It specials. Yeah, this is nothing new in the shop. So there we have it. There's the new FICSMAS FICSMAS factory, where we're going to chew up the gifts and turn them into decorations for a while. And I think I'm just going to run around grabbing gifts and feeding the thing.
Not worth the effort.
I agree with Ada on the fact that it's not going to be worth the effort to record this. So I will see you on day 2 of FICSMAS, where we unlock the next thing in the calendar and find out what that is. So until then, Merry FICSMAS.